Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to your full moon in Leo astrology predictions for the 12 zodiac signs. This full moon is happening on February 12th at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be in a square aspect to Uranus in the sign of Taurus. This full moon is highlighting all the areas of our lives that are ruled by Leo, and it can indicate that there's going to be some sudden situations that may take us out of our comfort zones, of course, with a square to Uranus. Mercury is also next to the Sun during this full moon. However, because Mercury moves so fast, I won't focus as much on that aspect, but I will focus more on the square to Uranus. This full moon may also indicate certain endings that could be happening for some of us. But however, as always, remember when there's an ending, there's also a new beginning. Some of us will want to break free from certain situations and people that maybe have not let us express ourselves in an authentic way. We may decide to let go and separate from situations and people that do not let us rebel towards our circumstances that are not good for us anymore. So this full moon could be very necessary for a lot of us. And I'm actually very excited for it. On the same day as the full moon, we're going to have a positive aspect between Venus in the sign of Aries and Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. So these two planets are talking about certain transformations that we want to be making, and also having that harmony within ourselves, but also in relationship to other people, to be able to achieve some sort of transformation that could be very impactful for our lives. Now, the full moon, yes, is happening on February 12th. However, the effects of it can be felt up to 6 months. The most impactful events could be happening in the next 2 weeks. So don't expect, sudden changes only on the day of. These things can be happening in the next 2 weeks. Before you listen to your sign, keep in mind that I'm a Western astrologer and I follow tropical zodiac. If you want to resonate with this video the most, you can listen to your rising sign, to your sun sign, and to your moon sign. If you have a certain stellium in a sign, you can also listen to that sign as well. Now, without further ado, let's start with the 12 zodiac signs. Hello, dear Aries suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your full moon in Leo astrology predictions for February 12, 2025. This full moon is happening at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone for the exact time. But for you, it's happening in your 5th house. What is important about this full moon, though, is that it's going to be in a square to Uranus in Taurus in your 2nd house. So a lot of you Aries may have some sort of completion when it comes to your relationship with a romantic interest. It could be that some of you may be deciding to embrace your own authenticity, to embrace your personal values, your personal talents, to love and embrace your own self-worth in a way that could cause some sort of separation with a romantic interest that makes you feel otherwise or makes you feel the opposite way. Others of you Aries with this full moon could have some sort of liquidation when it comes to some sort of risky investment, and this can bring some sort of shocks in your financial side, and it could be that some of you might take some sort of action to earn more money or to increase your finances. And the square here can indicate that there could be some tension, but the results will depend on your personal chart and, of course, on your personal actions as well. But I would still say to be careful with your finances, especially with risky investments with this square, because yes, Uranus brings shocking events. They are unpredictable. That's how Uranus is. And in your 2nd house, it could show that the financial results could be better, or they could also be worse. So just keep in mind and be careful to take some precautions in your financial sector. The 5th house where this full moon is also the house of your children. So if you have any kids, this full moon can indicate some sort of completion in their lives. Something could be happening to them that brings your attention to them. Others of you Aries might need to help one of your children financially. That's why, the square is there with Uranus. There could be some unexpected expense that you may need to do so that you can help one of your children. If you don't have children, then the fifth house is also the house of your personal creativity, of your hobbies, of the way how you entertain yourself and the way how you enjoy your life. So for some of you Aries, you could decide to maybe end some sort of creative skill that you have or hobby that you have or entertainment because you want to save more money, or you understand that your finances don't support it anymore. For others of you, it could be that you would decide to do something so fun and so entertaining that you have to pay for, and maybe those expenses were a little different than you thought. But here in the fifth house, for this moon, it's still in a positive aspect to you, to your first house, to your sign. So maybe you might have this energy a bit lighter than the rest of the signs. I do want to mention that the sun is in your 11th house. So a lot of you Aries are thinking about your long-term goals and your long-term dreams with this full moon. Maybe you're going to adjust some romantic interest or your personal finances in a way that aligns with your long-term dreams and goals that you have. Some of your Aries might have some sort of closure with one of your friends or a group of friends because of the sun in the 11th house. That again can be a bit surprising, can be shocking, but I feel like most of you are kind of respecting yourselves. You're respecting your own values, which I think is great. If that is what you feel should be done to love yourself more and to accept your own authenticity, then why not? On this same day, we do have some beautiful aspects in the sky. We do have Venus in Aries in your first house, in harmony with Pluto in Aquarius in your 11th house. And this can bring you opportunities to, again, put that focus on your long-term dreams and goals for the future, to be able to keep in mind those financial goals of yours. Some of you Aries might even have a partner or business partner or a romantic partner helping you to achieve your long-term dreams and goals, or to transform your long-term dreams and goals for the future. And at the same time, somebody could also be helping you become more empowered in your social circles, maybe to become a bit more popular or to meet new people that let you express yourself in a more charming way, in a more beautiful way, more attractive way with Venus in your first house. Okay, this is what I have for you Aries for this full moon. I wish you the best of luck. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your lives, and if you would like, you can share this video with people that you think are going to benefit from it. I wish you a beautiful full moon, and I'll see you on the next video. Hello dear Taurus suns, moons and risings. So welcome to your astrology predictions for the full moon in Leo on February 12th. This full moon is going to happen in your fourth house at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this full moon could be a little intense because it's going to be in a square to Uranus in your first house. But a lot of you Tauruses may have your focus shift into your home matters, real estate matters, and also the relationship that you have with different family members. A lot of you may be maybe deciding to relocate with this full moon. Something is coming into completion and there is some sort of separation, which can indicate that some of you are going to relocate to another place, to change residence, which shows that you're separating from your current place of living. For others of you Tauruses, this full moon can indicate the sale of a house, sale of real estate, land, and things like that. If you are not into any of these things, then this full moon can indicate some sort of letting go of a family member that does not let you express your individuality in a healthy way. Uranus in the first house is asking a lot of you, Taurus, to express yourself more freely, to embrace your independence, to embrace your authenticity, to be yourself, and to kind of understand your own value separately from the rest of the world. So if there's a family member that has been restricting you in that department, then this full moon can talk about some sort of separation from them. Now, this separation can be a little bit surprising. It could be surprising for you, or it could be surprising for the other person. I would say that the odds are that you are going to be the one that makes some sort of surprising decision that could be taking other people by surprise, just because Uranus is in your first house, so you could be the shocker for others. Now, the sun is in your 10th house, Taurus, so in your workplace or in the industry that you're in, you might also gain some sort of spotlight that could be taking you or other people by surprise. Whereas others of you might be changing your jobs, you may be changing your titles, and also responsibilities at work as well. If you are not in the workplace, then some of you Taurians are going to decide to change your public status, to change the way how other people view you, to change how other people know you or what other people know you for. And this can be quite shocking. Like I said, it's surprising. We have the square to Uranus here. I would say that for a lot of you, you may have this drastic change in your career sector or in your public reputation, because Uranus does rule your 10th house. It rules the sign of Aquarius. And it's the focal point of this T-square between the moon and the sun. So there could be some changes there in that department. On this same day, though, we do have some harmonious aspects in the sky also. Venus in the sign of Aries in your 12th house is going to be in a harmony with Pluto in Aquarius in your 10th house. And like I said in the other video of the energy of the week, there could be somebody supporting you at work and doing so kind of hidden from you. There could be somebody that is helping you climb the ladder, somebody that is helping you in your public reputation. This could be a colleague, this could be somebody at work. Whereas for others of you Taurians, you yourself might be working behind the scenes to elevate your status, to transform your status, to become more powerful, and to take your power back when it comes to your career, when it comes to your public reputation and how you want to be known into the world. This is what I have for you, Taurians, for this prediction. I wish you the best of luck. Please let me know in the comments how things are going for you, and if you want to show some support, you can like, subscribe, and share this video with people that you think are going to benefit from it. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one. Hello, dear Gemini suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your full moon in Leo astrology predictions for February 12, 2025. This full moon is going to be at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone for the correct timing, but it's going to be happening in your 3rd house. And what is important also for this full moon is that it is in a square to Uranus in Taurus in your 12th house. A lot of you Geminis are putting a lot of emphasis on some sort of communication with this full moon. Some of you may give or receive something that could be taking other people by surprise, especially your hidden enemies or individuals that you have some sort of relationship with behind the scenes and kind of hidden from the rest of the world. This full moon could also indicate that some of you might decide to go on a short distance trip, especially if it's been something that you've been thinking about for a while, and now this kind of plan comes into completion and you are able to do so. For others of you, this trip could also be like far away because Uranus is in the 12th house. Maybe you were thinking to go somewhere close, and now you are able to also go somewhere further. And again, this is kind of unexpected for some of you. For others of you Geminis, this full moon can also indicate on more of the difficult side of it, could indicate some sort of nervous breakdown. So please make sure to take care of your mental health, to take care of your nervous system, to rest and to nurture yourself in healthy ways. Uranus in the 12th house of your mental health can indicate some surprises over there, or having some sort of explosion that could take other people by surprise as well. This full moon can also put a lot of emphasis on your daily routines, daily communications with other people. Some of you might have to communicate something, or to communicate a lot of things that come from the changes that could be happening in your daily lives, in your sixth house matters, in your daily routines, your daily job, the errands that you run, the tasks that you run. Some of you could have some sort of disruption in that department, and therefore you have to do some sort of communication that could be related to it, or the other way around. You do some communication that disrupts your daily routines and your ability to rest as well. If you are in an industry that deals with the third house matters, such as writing, publishing, teaching, car sales, marketing, social media, any industry that deals with communication, then with this full moon you can get some sort of spotlight, some sort of success that could be opening doors for you, even internationally. You might be able to reach people from all around the world, from faraway lands, people that, are not physically where you are as well. So it can indicate some sort of success also. For others of you Geminis, this full moon can also indicate the need to communicate things with other people in a brave way, in a way that you decide to be very authentic, to be very upfront, and to embrace some sort of self-love as well. And this could also take other people by surprise. Like there's always some sort of surprise here with a square to Uranus, and that can be surprising for you or your other people or the other people as well. Others of you Geminis, if you've been working behind the scenes on some sort of project, then you might have some sort of closure that is that you were not expecting related to it, some sort of completion, and these good things could be happening also behind the scenes with Uranus in the 12th house. Now, on this same day, we do have a beautiful aspect between Venus and in Aries in your 11th house that is creating a sextile to Pluto in Aquarius in your 9th house. So for some of you Geminis, like I mentioned earlier, if you've been working behind the scenes on some sort of project, then you might get some good results on the same day. If this has been a project that you've been working on for a long time because you want to get something out of it, then you might be able to either have somebody advise you for it, or you might just gain some more understanding related to this project, or to deepen your knowledge associated with it. For others of you, you might have the ability to go out with friends, enjoy yourselves, have conversations that empower you at your mental level, that increase your knowledge, and you might even be able to connect with people that you share the same ideologies with, or the same thinking processes with. For others of you, like I said, if you are in social media, in those, communication industries, then you might have some sort of empowerment in that department also. This is what I have for you Geminis for this full moon. I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you on the next video. Hello dear Cancer suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your full moon in Leo astrology predictions for February 12, 2025. This full moon is happening at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's illuminating your second house of your personal finances and your self-worth. What it is very important about this full moon is that it's going to be in a square to Uranus in Taurus in your 11th house. So a lot of you Cancers may be putting a lot of emphasis and a lot of focus on your personal finances. Some of you might be coming to an end related to some sort of financial project, or responsibilities at work that brought you some sort of income, and you might want to separate from that financial resource because you are keeping something else in your mind when it comes to your long-term dreams and goals for the future. Uranus in the 11th house is having a lot of you Cancers embrace your own authenticity when it comes to where you want to see yourself in 2 years, in 5 years, in even 5 months. You know, the long-term goals that you have for yourselves. Uranus here is also having a lot of you Cancers become independent thinkers in your social groups. And with the full moon in the second house, some of you may be deciding to separate yourselves from people and individuals, and especially friends that have not accepted that side of yours that is very original and very authentic. Or you might separate yourselves and distance yourselves from individuals that have not valued you in your self-worth and the talents that you have for yourselves. For others of you, this full moon can also indicate that you might receive some sort of spotlight because of some financial rewards that you have received. Uranus in the 11th house can bring sudden financial rewards, and especially that could be coming from your investments and also from other people's money, because Uranus rules your 8th house. Some of you, like I said, could receive some sort of financial rewards that could be increasing your own personal finances or the way how you make your own money. This full moon can also indicate that some of you might have to do some sort of sudden expense because you want to achieve something that you've been wanting to achieve for a very long time. Others of you Cancers might decide to help one of your friends financially, or the other way around. There could be a friend that is helping you financially as well. And this help is, like I mentioned earlier, unexpected, and it's a bit surprising as well. The sun is located in your 8th house, so the focus is also going to be in shared resources that you have with someone else, maybe with a partner or a family member. So for a lot of you Cancers, you may also be focused on finances, your personal finances versus the other people's finances, and you might have these important discussions if you want to be on the same page when it comes to your long-term goals related to financial rewards and financial situations. On the same day, we also have Venus in Aries in your 10th house, which is in harmony with Pluto in Aquarius in your 8th house. I like this energy because you might receive some sort of good experiences at work in your industry. Some of you might have some sort of transformation in your inner world, in your mental processes, in the way how you deal with your own fears and self-sabotaging patterns, in a way that benefits your image at work and your image in general. Others of you Cancers may have some sort of protection when it comes to your public image and the way how other people see you and the way how other people view you. Venus rules your 11th house of your long-term dreams and goals, which also indicates that a lot of you are keeping your eyes on where you want to be in the long run. So some of you Cancers may decide to make something public that you've been wanting to do for a while now, and that could be empowering you in one way or another. Others of you Cancers may be using shared resources and finances to elevate your public status, or you may be using shared resources and finances to maybe improve yourself, so use your creativity at work or in the industry that you're in, depending on what you do professionally. This is what I have for you Cancers for this full moon. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next video. Hello, dear Leo suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to the full moon in your sign in Leo on February 12th. 2025. This full moon is happening at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's putting a lot of focus and a lot of attention into you, into your character, your personality, and also your physical body as well. This full moon is going to be in a square to Uranus in Taurus, which is transiting your 10th house currently. So this full moon can be very, very important for you, Leos. The sun is in your 7th house, so basically all your angular houses are illuminated. They are somehow changed or affected. But for a lot of you, this full moon, like I said, can indicate some sort of spotlight that you may be receiving in your life that could be coming from some sort of shocking event that could be happening at work, that could be happening in your industry. And if you're not working, then there could be something that is coming from maybe a partner or a family member that might be doing something that changes your public status in a very surprising way. And this change of status can also be very visible to the rest of the world, to the other people around you. For some of you Leos, with this full moon, you might decide to separate with an industry that you've been working in for a very long time. You might decide to separate yourselves from it because you feel like it is not your authentic self. You cannot express yourself in the way that you want to. So some of you may be deciding to change industries, to change your job, to go work somewhere else that lets you express your own individuality in a more authentic way and original way. For others of you Leos, this full moon can talk about this desire to set boundaries with people that maybe have not been as nice to you before. Especially because Uranus also rules your 7th house of your one-on-one relationships with other people, and also your relationship with business partners and marriage partners. Some of you may be putting an ending to maybe some sort of disrespect or some sort of boundary overstepping with this full moon that may take other people by surprise. Like I said, it may take your family members by surprise, your partner by surprise, and other people in general, with Uranus in the 10th house. The moon rules your 12th house. So for some of you Leos, if you've had like emotional build-up kind of hidden from other people, then that may also come to the surface. And it might change the way how other people view you. Now, you may be the one that is initiating these things because the full moon is in your 1st house. That is you. You might be the cause of all these changes. But if it's something that it is so, if there is something that has been bothering you or affecting your lives in very profound ways or restricting you in one way or another, then with this full moon you might decide to end certain relationships or end certain situations to kind of have some sort of fresh new beginning for yourselves. And when Mars is going to enter your sign, you might have that extra drive and push and this passion to kind of reinvent yourself and to take life by the horns, like they say, to take the direction of your life in your own hands. You might feel that the most when Mars goes direct and then comes back to your sign, Leos. But this full moon can talk about some important closures and completions that should be happening related to all areas of your lives, because all of you have different situations going on, but the spotlight is in you. So be ready to be in the center of the attention, which, you're pretty good at handling usually. Now, on the same day, we're also going to have Venus in the sign of Aries in your 9th house in a harmonious aspect with Pluto in Aquarius in your 7th house. So for some of you Leos, you might have to put some focus on legal matters, maybe that a partner or a friend or a business partner is helping you with. And these legal matters could be associated with your career and your public status also. For others of you Leos, this harmonious aspect can indicate having and receiving the right knowledge to deal with some sort of partnership in a smart way, in a good way. The you are quite lucky when it comes to dealing with legal matters or with higher education institutions, travels as well. There might be somebody powerful that is helping you to deal with these things with Pluto in the seventh house. This is what I have for you, Leos, for this full moon in Leo. I wish you the best of luck. If you want to show some support, you can like, subscribe, and share this video with people that you think are going to benefit from it. I wish you the best of luck, like I said, and I'll see you on the next video. Hello, dear Virgo suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your full moon in Leo astrology predictions for February 12, 2025. This full moon is happening at 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone if you want the exact time, but it's illuminating your 12th house. This full moon is going to be in a square to Uranus in Taurus in your 9th house as well. For some of you Virgos, this full moon can bring into attention or can expose some hidden enemies for you. For others of you, if you've had somebody that is doing things behind your back at work, that they might also get exposed in a way that is very shocking to you, to the other people around you. It is shocking maybe to people at work that have been advising you or that have been advising them. For others of you, though, if you're not working, then this full moon can indicate an opportunity to travel abroad, especially because the 9th house and the 12th house are connected. Now, for some of you Virgos, you may have this sudden opportunity to travel, to go on a long distance trip to faraway lands. And then for others of you, this square can indicate the opposite way, to where you might not be able to go on a long distance trip, and that can take you by surprise and can be shocking to you. For others of you Virgos, this full moon can also indicate some sort of understanding and spotlight being put into visa issues, residency, citizenship issues. For some of you, you might be able to have some sort of completion when it comes to relocating to faraway lands, or to have something sudden happening to you that might have you relocate somewhere far away as well. For others of you Virgos, this can also indicate being able to move somewhere abroad, to move somewhere far away, so that you can pursue your higher education interests, maybe to go to some university, to get your bachelor's degree, MBA, things like that. Obviously, that's the case for just a few of you, but can definitely be a scenario here. Some of you Virgos with this full moon might also have to deal with a legal matter behind the scenes, hidden from the rest of the world, hidden from the other people, that can be very surprising to you, that you were, shocked about and didn't expect as well. On the same day, Virgos, we're also going to have some positive energy in the sky, though. Venus in Aries is going to be in your 8th house in a harmonious aspect with Pluto in Aquarius in your 6th house. So your understanding about your daily responsibilities is changing in profound ways with Pluto in the 6th house. Some of you Virgos are learning to become more powerful when it comes to your responsibilities at your job. Others of you are learning to deal with the always changing way or always transformative way of your daily responsibilities and things that you have to do in a daily basis. But Venus in the 8th house is giving a lot of your Virgos that mental protection and mental strength that you need to be able to deal with all these responsibilities and daily routines, and if you're working, your responsibilities at work also. Venus in the 8th house can also talk about financial rewards that somehow affect your daily routines. For others of you, you may have some sort of increase in your shared resources and finances that you have with a family member or with a partner of yours, in a way that, like I said, can benefit you on your daily basis, can make your life on your daily basis very transformative, very powerful, but also changeable as well. Venus rules your 9th house, so a lot of you have your focus on the ninth house matters, which are the things that I mentioned in the beginning, things related to travels and related to citizenship and relocation to faraway lands and legal matters as well. Even though you might have some sort of challenges in these things, you also have some sort of protection as well because Venus is your ninth house ruler. This is what I have for you, Virgos, for this full moon. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your lives. You know that I always read them. And if you want to show some support for my work, you can like, subscribe, and share this video with people that you think are going to benefit from it. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next video. Hello, dear Libra suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your full moon in Leo astrology predictions for February 12th of 2025. This full moon is happening at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But it's happening in your 11th house in a square to Uranus in Taurus in your 8th house. So this could indicate a lot of things for you, Libras. First of all, you might have some sort of closure, some sort of separation from a long-term dream and goal that you have had in the past. And you might decide that you want to move away from it, or there could be some sort of situation that makes you realize maybe this dream is not good for you, or does not let you be authentic and be original in your own desires that you have for the future. For others of you Libras, this full moon can also indicate closure with a group of friends or a friend in particular that could have been doing shady things around you or hidden from you. If this friend has been, doing things behind your back, then there could be some closure here, some separation from them also. For some of you Libras, this full moon can also indicate some sort of financial rewards that you may be receiving during this time that could increase your shared resources and finances in a very surprising way, in a way that you or other people were not expecting it, especially the people that you share these resources with. It can be a partner or a family member. Now, I do want to say and keep you a little cautious here, Libras, when it comes to your own finances and the finances that you share with someone else, because Uranus is creating a square here, and Uranus is in your 8th house, and is also the planet of shock. So yes, you might be receiving this financial rewards that could be amazing for you, but at the same time, or in the other way, it could also cause shocking decreases that you were not expecting that can take you or other people by surprise. So be extra careful and extra cautious with your finances with this full moon. For others of you Libras, if you are in the social media industry, in these platforms where you can reach a lot of people, then this full moon can bring you into the attention, can put the spotlight on you. And it can also make you increase your own income through other people's money in a very surprising way, because maybe people want to buy your services or want to collaborate with you. The moon does rule your 10th house of your career and public status. So like I said, some of you may really be in the spotlight and get a lot of attention with this full moon as well. Now, on the same day, Venus is going to be in your 7th house in a harmonious aspect with Pluto in Aquarius in your 5th house. Venus is kind of blessing your relationships with other people. Venus is also your chart ruler. So it could be that some of you Libras are a bit more careful or a bit more, smarter when it comes to your relationships with other people around this time. Not that you are not usually, you definitely are, because you're the sign of relationships after all. But Venus in the 7th house might be blessing those one-on-one collaborations and communications and relationships that you have with other people. Or it could also bring some sort of harmony between you and the romantic interest with the connection to the 5th house as well. For some of you Libras, that could be a romantic partner or a business partner that could be helping you financially as well in a surprising way, because you do have a lot of focus here in your finances. Venus also rules your 8th house. Pluto rules your 2nd house. So a lot of you could be keeping money in your mind around the time of the full moon. But like I said, there could be some situations that are surprising and shocking. At the same time, you do have protection because of this harmonious aspect between Venus and Pluto. This is what I have for you, Libras, for this full moon. I really wish you the best of luck around this time. Please let me know in the comments below how things are going for you. You know that I always read them. And if you liked and resonated with this video, please like, subscribe, share this video with people that you think are going to benefit from this. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next video. Hello, Scorpio suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your full moon in Leo astrology predictions for the 12 zodiac signs. This full moon is happening on February 12, 2025 at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But it is putting a spotlight in your 10th house matters. This full moon is also going to be in a square to Uranus in Taurus in your 7th house. Of course, Scorpios, you are one of the most impacted signs because you are a fixed sign. This full moon can talk for some of you about some sort of separation you may be having with a long-term romantic partner or with a business partner. Some of you Scorpios may decide to let go of some relationship because you might not have felt like your boundaries have been respected, or you might have felt like your authenticity is not as expressed in a healthy way that you have been wanting to express yourselves in a long time now. The sun rules your 4th house of your emotional world. So, it could be that this separation is coming because of some sort of emotional buildup as well. For some of you Scorpios, this full moon can also just indicate some sort of closure, some sort of ending when it comes to an agreement, a contract, a written agreement and contract that changes your status. It changes the way how other people view you. It changes the way how people used to know you. And it can be very profound. It can be actually very life-changing. This full moon can also talk about being in the spotlight at work, receiving some sort of recognition. And for some of you Scorpios, you may even be able to achieve some sort of agreement or some sort of collaboration that can be surprising to you or to others, but that can bring success in your industry, in your career sector. If you are not working, then some sort of collaboration that you do with someone else can change the way how other people view you and can also change your public status. Square energy is not an easy energy, but it requires some sort of action. And keep that in mind that, things can get a little intense, but you are definitely going to be in the spotlight, especially the way how other people view you and the way how you are known into the world. At the same time, though, this one could be highlighting your real estate matters or your house matters. Some of you might decide to relocate, go somewhere else, or if you've been wanting to relocate to somewhere else, then this topic could be coming to an ending now, to an abrupt ending. Maybe you finally decide to relocate, or the other way around, you realize that you are not able to do so. It depends on your personal charts and also your personal situations. But some of you are going to have your focus on your house matters, on your real estate matters as well. This full moon can also indicate some sort of independence that you may be gaining with this full moon. Some sort of independence in expressing yourself freely, in loving yourself for who you are, in not depending on other people's opinions. Some of you Scorpios may come across as very powerful when it comes to loving yourselves and expressing your individuality with this full moon. Now, on the same day, we're going to have Venus in Aries in your 6th house in a harmonious aspect with Pluto and Aquarius in your 4th house. So like I said, there is some focus here in your 4th house matters, on your emotional world and also on your real estate for some of you. For some of you Scorpios, you may want to transform your home environment, and Venus in the 6th house can help you in your daily responsibilities and daily routines to be able to achieve that transformation that you want in your home or in your real estate matters. For others of you, you may be able to approach your daily tasks, your daily job, and also your daily responsibilities in a harmonious way, in an accepting way, and in a way that empowers you in the emotional level. You might see the world from a more confident point of view. You might feel like you can tackle those daily responsibilities with easiness. And like I said, things may not be as easy, but even though we have the square with the full moon, we also have this beautiful harmonious aspect between Venus and Pluto. And Pluto is your chart ruler, so you might feel it a lot. This is what I have, Scorpios, for this full moon in Leo. I wish you the best of luck. If you want to show some support for my video, you can like, subscribe, comment, share this video with others as well. I wish you a beautiful full moon, and I'll see you on the next video. Hello, dear Sagittarius suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your full moon in Leo astrology predictions. This full moon is happening on February 12th at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this full moon is illuminating your 9th house. What is very special about it is that it's also in a square to Uranus in Taurus in your 6th house. Mercury is also next to the sun, but Mercury is a fast-moving planet, so I'm not going to focus as much on Mercury. What I'm going to focus on is this full moon and the square to Uranus. So for you Sagittarians, this full moon is putting a spotlight in your opportunities that you may have to travel abroad. And this might be like exciting to talk about because you're Sagittarius and that's what you love. You love to travel and to explore the world and to go on adventures. So this full moon can indicate that some of you may finally have the opportunity to travel, to go somewhere far away. And this opportunity to travel, though, may disrupt your daily routines, your daily responsibilities, and also the responsibilities that you have at your work, at your job. Maybe you need to take a day off, or like a week off, or 2 weeks off, depending on what kind of work and what kind of job you have. For others of you Sagittarians, this full moon can indicate some sort of closure and completion when it comes to some legal matters. The 6th house is also the house of your enemies. So for some of you, there could be some sort of ending in a legal matter that can be taking your enemies or like the opposite side of this legal matter by surprise as well. For others of you, it could be the other way around, to where something that an open enemy does can take you by surprise when it comes to your legal matters. The 9th house is also the house of your higher knowledge, the things that you research about, the things that you want to learn about, and also your degrees, your bachelor's degrees, MBAs, and things like that. So for some of you, some of you Sagittarians, you may be completing a degree or completing some research work, and some of you might be able to find a job right away with this full moon, with a square in the 2nd house of your jobs, of your day-to-day job. Whereas others of you Sagittarians, you may be able to complete some higher educational institution degree, and now your daily routines are changed up, are shocked in a way, because your life is going to change. Now you don't have to go to school anymore and things like that. Even though the full moon is exact on February 12th, the effects of it can be felt up to 6 months. But especially the first 2 weeks, the second half of February, you're going to feel these changes the most. For others of you Sagittarians, this full moon can put an emphasis into your advisors, into people that you learn from, and people that counsel you in life in general. So this full moon can talk about some sort of completion in the relationship that you have with these individuals. Whereas for others of you, if you have any sort of completion in 9th house matters, it could also be because of some health issue that can be taking you by surprise. Let's say if you wanted to go on a trip, maybe you suddenly get sick, and that kind of disrupts your plans. Whereas it can also be on the more positive side to some of you Sagittarians may want to kind of separate yourselves from your daily responsibilities and kind of liberate yourself from what you have been doing in a routine for a long time, and you decide to do so by going on a trip or by trying to learn something new, by doing research work, or by connecting with individuals that you consider them to be advisors and gurus in your lives. Now, on the same day, Venus in Aries in your fifth house is going to be in a harmonious aspect with Pluto in Aquarius in your third house. If you are interested into someone romantically, then this transit can really help you to connect with this individual in very profound ways. Pluto in the third house can give you the chance and the opportunity to get into these deep conversations with a romantic interest with Venus in the fifth that could be very romantic, that could be very nice, and you and the other person could highlight things that are very authentic about each other. You know, the topics could be very deep with Pluto in the third house. Now, if you're not interested in dating someone, then this transit can indicate having to improve your relationships with your children. If you have children, to have deep conversations with them. And if you don't have children, then some of you might really put a lot of focus on your personal creative abilities and hobbies and business opportunities as well. This harmonious aspect can really help you have some sort of progress and success in those matters as well. This is what I have for you, Sagittarians, for this full moon in Leo. I wish you the best of luck. If you want to show some support, you can like, subscribe, and share this video with people that you think are going to benefit from it. Please let me know in the comments below how things are going in your lives. You know that I always read them. And I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next video. Hello, Capricorn suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your full moon in Leo astrology predictions for the 12 zodiac signs. This full moon is happening on February 12th at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to adjust it to your time zone. But for you Capricorns, this is happening in your 8th house. And what is very important about this full moon is that it's going to be in a square to Uranus in Taurus in your 5th house. For a lot of you Capricorns, you may be putting a lot of focus on your shared resources and finances that you have with your partner or with your children or with a family member. This full moon can talk about certain closures that are related to shared resources. Maybe you or the other person could decide to, not to contribute as much on shared resources, and therefore the full moon indicates the closure of it. For others of you, though, there could be, it could be the other way around, to where maybe some risky investment that you have done with Uranus in the 5th house can blow up in a positive sense, in a good sense, to where your shared resources or your money that you make through other people's money can be increased and you receive some type of financial reward. So with a full moon here, there is some type of closure, but for some of you, it could be coming from your risky investments, from investments that you are hopeful for and you take a very high risk for as well. Now, for others of you Capricorns, this full moon can indicate maybe some sort of self-sabotaging patterns or fears that could come to surface because something disrupting could be happening either in the lives of one of your children or in the life of a romantic interest. For others of you, this full moon can indicate being able to advise or be advised by an astrologer or by somebody that is in the occult sciences, and you might get a deeper understanding about your life with this full moon. For others of you, you may decide to let go of self-sabotaging patterns and things that don't serve you anymore, because you want to embrace your own authenticity, your inner child, and you want to kind of be more original in your self-expression and the way how you love life and the way how you experience life as well. For some of you Capricorns, there is a need to liberate here from any self-sabotaging patterns related to your creative skills and hobbies as well. and your risky investments. So this full moon could highlight and bring into your attention those self-sabotaging patterns that maybe have kept you away from liberating yourselves in the fifth house matters, which were, risk investments, romantic life as well, and dealing with your children, but also expressing your creativity. If you are in an industry where you make money through other people's money, then this full moon can indicate some type of closure in one of your collaborations with one of your clients, or it can indicate receiving financial rewards that are different from what you thought from these clients or these customers that you have. How the results can be, it depends on your personal chart and your personal choices as well, because sometimes the square can indicate a loss, but it can also indicate winning through perseverance and by taking action as well. Now, Capricorns, on this same day, Venus in Aries in your fourth house is going to be in a harmonious aspect with Pluto in Aquarius in your second house. So there is some focus that you have on your financial health, on your finances, like I mentioned. But this aspect between Venus and Pluto can indicate maybe receiving support from a family member when it comes to your finances, or getting advice from them so that you can transform and become wiser in your finances, in the way how you budget, in the way how you make your money, and also in the way how you spend your money. For others of you, it can be a family member that can be helping you financially as well, one of your children, and for others of you, it can also be an authority figure. That is because Venus rules your fifth house of your children and also your 10th house of authority figures. Lastly, for some of you Capricorns, you are focused on your long-term financial goals because Pluto is your 11th house ruler and is transiting your second. So as you make all these choices, as you focus on shared resources and shared finances and risky investments and money making, you are keeping a long-term goal in your mind, a long-term financial goal in your mind that you want to reach very soon. This is what I have for you Capricorns for this full moon. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your lives, and if you would like to show some support, you can like, subscribe, share this video with people that you think are going to benefit from this. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next video. Hello dear Aquarius suns, moons and risings. Welcome to your full moon in Leo astrology predictions for February 12, 2025. This full moon is happening at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for you Aquarians, this is happening in your 7th house. What is very special and important about this full moon is that it's going to be in a square aspect to Uranus, which is your chart ruler also. Uranus is transiting your 4th house, so this makes you Aquarians one of the signs that is going to probably be the most impacted by this full moon. This full moon can indicate the need to maybe separate from a long-term relationship if you have one, or to separate from a business partnership for some of you Aquarians. The reason for that could be because some of you may really want to express yourselves more authentically when it comes to your emotional world, when it comes to the way how you view the world and how you feel about your life at the moment. So if you have not been satisfied with the way how things are in your life, then this full moon can indicate some type of closure that could be happening in one of your relationships, business relationships or romantic relationships. Sorry. For others of you Aquarians, this full moon can indicate the need to maybe end some sort of agreement, some sort of contract, due to the need to relocate somewhere else. Let's say, for example, you had a rent agreement somewhere else and then you want to move in another place. So now this full moon indicates the closing of this rent agreement and then really relocating somewhere else with a square to Uranus in your 4th house. Is this going to all happen on February 12th? Of course not. The effects of this full moon can be felt up to 6 months after the full moon, but the biggest events could be happening in the next 2 weeks after February 12th. For others of you Aquarians, this full moon can also indicate some sort of contract and agreement that could be closing because of changes in your industry, changes at your workplace, changes in the professional world that you're in right now, if you are in the work market and if you work somewhere. And that is because Uranus is in the fourth house, but it's also aspecting your 10th house. For others of you, Aquarians, this full moon can also indicate wanting to relocate somewhere else because of work, because of your job. The moon does rule your sixth house of your day-to-day job and day-to-day responsibilities. So some of you may have this desire to move, or there could be an event that is happening that makes you move somewhere else. And lastly, some of you may have this need to close some sort of agreement, to close some sort of contract because something sudden could be happening in the lives of your family members or in the life of one of them that disrupts your daily routines, disrupts your life, and now you have to close a contract somewhere and do something else, something differently, so that you can handle the situation in the best way. Now, as I mentioned, Uranus is your chart ruler, so a lot of you Aquarians are putting a lot of emphasis in your own emotions, in feeling comfortable about your life, in having the right boundaries with other people, and in having the right self-expression, especially with family members. So this full moon could trigger some of those relationships that you have with family members. Keep that in mind. Some of you may decide to just let someone go. That could be a family member as well with this full moon. Could be a family member or it could be a partner as well, like I mentioned in the beginning. Now, on this same day, Venus in the sign of Aries in your third house is going to be in a harmonious aspect with Pluto in Aquarius in your first house, which I think is a beautiful aspect and a blessed one, a very important one, because Pluto is in the first house. So you're being supported when it comes to transforming yourselves. And the squares to Uranus in your fourth house of emotions, all the situations could be helping a lot of you Aquarians to eventually reshape yourselves and reshape your character in a profound way that makes you a lot more powerful and a lot more stronger, but also a lot more self-reliant. And that's what Venus in Aries can do for a lot of you Aquarians. For some of you, Venus here in the third house can help you have that right communication style with other people. It can help you be a bit bolder. It can also help you say the right things at the right time. And it can help some of you Aquarians to think more positively, but also more independently, which is something that comes very natural to you. But Venus in Aries is going to help you even more with that. Now, Venus rules your fourth house. It does also rule your ninth house. So some of you may be using your personal knowledge to bring out a different version of yourself, or to strive to become somebody more stronger and more powerful as well. This is what I have for you Aquarians for this full moon. I hope it's going to be a good one for you. Please let me know down in the comments how things are going in your lives. You know that I always read the comments. And if you want to show some support, you can like, subscribe, and share this video with other people as well. I'll see you in the next video. Hello dear Pisces suns, moons, and risings. Welcome to your full moon in Leo astrology predictions for February 12, 2025. This full moon is happening at around 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and is going to be happening in your sixth house. What is very important about this full moon is that it's going to be in a square to Uranus in Taurus in your third house. So for some of you Pisces, this full moon can indicate the ending of certain responsibilities that you have on your daily basis. If you used to be responsible for some task, running errands, doing things like that, then this full moon can indicate the need to stop doing these things. And the square to Uranus could indicate that the disruption maybe could be made because of the availability that some of you have to access a car, let's say, because the third house is the house of cars, of short distance travels. For others of you, this disruption in your sixth house matters could be because of some sort of communication that is given to you that is quite surprising in nature with the square to Uranus. It can be unexpected. For others of you, Pisces, this full moon can indicate that some of your enemies could be put in the spotlight, or it could be that you could be ending some sort of relationship with an open enemy. And the square to Uranus can indicate that this relationship, it is brought into an ending because of some sudden communication, or maybe some sudden news, or some sudden way of thinking. You know, you could realize something, they could realize something, and there could also be some sort of rebellion here, either towards an open enemy, or it could be that they rebel towards you. If you don't have any of these scenarios, that the full moon in the 6th house can indicate the need to focus on your physical health, especially in your mental health, with Uranus in the 3rd house. So be careful to take care of your nervous system, to rest enough, to take care of your physical body, to nurture your physical body in a very healthy way. With Uranus in the 3rd, you know, you can have a restless mind as well. So make sure to try to sleep enough and to have some sort of discipline in your day-to-day lives. With the full moon in Leo, we have the sun in your 12th house. So that's what I'm talking about, resting. I'm talking about maybe spending some time on solitude so that you can balance off this energy. Now, the Uranus in your 3rd house is making a lot of you Pisceans to become mentally independent in your thinking processes. And Uranus here is like the focal point of this T-square that is created by the moon and the sun. So make sure to, again, not to be influenced by other people's opinions, and to trust your personal intuition, because you are one of the most intuitive signs, not to say the most intuitive one, actually. So again, take care of your nervous system. Make sure that you rest. Make sure that you have the right information whenever you make decisions, especially related to your job, especially related to your relationships with your co-workers, and also to your physical health and your physical body. Now, on the same day, Venus is going to be in the sign of Aries in your 2nd house, and it's going to be in a harmonious aspect with Pluto in Aquarius in your 12th house. A lot of you Pisceans are putting a lot of thinking into your personal finances. Venus is the ruler of your 3rd house, of your thinking process, and in the 2nd house can indicate that you are literally thinking about money, about making more money. Some of your Pisces could be working behind the scenes in projects that people don't know about. And this harmonious aspect can indicate maybe financial rewards that could be coming from the work that you've been putting behind the scenes. For some of you, you may also increase and strengthen your own self-confidence because of certain things that you do behind the scenes that you don't really tell people about, or because of some sort of financial investment. Venus is also the ruler of your 8th house. So some of you could be making more money during this full moon, during this time. For others of you Pisces, you may be using spirituality, meditation, your faith, your religion to believe more in your money-making abilities, and to also increase your own self-confidence. I think this is a beautiful aspect that we have in the sky. Yes, there can be some friction with a square of the full moon to Uranus, but at the same time, we're being blessed by the aspect between Venus and Pluto, which I think could be very, very nice for you. Okay, Pisces, this is what I have for you for this full moon. I wish you the best of luck. Please let me know in the comments how things are going in your lives. And if you want to show some support, you can like, subscribe, and share this video with people that you think are going to benefit from it. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you on the next video.